Hello everyone, I'm Envy Technic and today here is another project, and this time it's going to be a very small 6x6 trail truck, which is why I have these smooth tires, not the ones that I used in the other mini trail truck. Instead I will use these in the back because I only have 4 of the off-road threaded ones. Uh, But yeah, this is what it's looking like so far. I don't have yet the rear suspension, but I do have the steering I do not have the steering mechanism too, but I have the worm gearing and I have the front axle and the front suspension, which as you can see here uses springs connected to the trailing arms like this, and it's also a 3-link suspension, and it is one of the most stable and most reliable live axles I have ever made. It does not move sideways at all despite not having a panhard rod. And we also have some beginning with the bodywork, which is used to brace the steering mechanism among others. Uh, but now I'm gonna uh, make the rear suspension and then I'm gonna finish the bodywork. This will hopefully be quite a simple project to finish, although I don't really know for sure, but we'll see how everything goes. So the rear part of the chassis is done, and as you can see they are tandem live axles, and yeah, everything seems to be working fine in terms of the rear suspension, but I think I'm gonna have to rework the front part because there is no place to fit the driving motor. uh, so I'll probably have to place it in the front and then place the buoys in here. Move the steer motor, I don't know where. I have to move it somewhere. And then attach the drive motor like this. So we'll see how that works out. So the drivetrain has been partially overhauled. The motor stands like this, and I'm planning to make it part of the roof. And maybe put a tile over it because it's a different color. And I have made the rear suspension uh, a little bit different, as now this axle has down gearing and the other two are down geared in this section right here. And uh, here's what happens if I let it go with a simple power function battery box. As you can see, it has torque, but I don't know if it will be enough once I add the weight of the motors, the other motors, the buoys, and the battery box. We will see. Well, we have the first chassis fully RC prototype, and while it does have enough torque and is also quite fast, the problem is the front axle, uh, as it falls apart a lot. Uh, because of this and uh, this. The mounting points for those parts are too fragile, so now I have to reinforce the front axle. Well, the whole thing is now done, and I also made lights here, and yeah, indoors it performs good. I still have yet to test outside, but it looks very promising, and reinforcing the front axle was not that difficult after all. I just installed this thing here, and I also had to harden the springs with rubber bands. I could also just add hard shock absorbers, but those would be too stiff and the suspension wouldn't compress when it needs to. So I think this solution is just right. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the development in terms of this creation. Uh, so now I'm gonna test it outside.
Hi.
Well, have uh, I have done some outdoor testing, and at first it did not work very well. The front joint was popping out all the time, but then I gave the front axle a redesign and also made the joint a bit bigger, and I also strengthened the suspension with some more rubber bands. And yeah, also these headlights, they turn out to get lost all the time, so now they're a bit smaller, but these won't stick around for very long because I will redesign the bodywork. And I also plan on changing a few things about the chassis as well. I will try to mount the steering motor so that it's mounted uh, like this, not sideways but facing forward. And I'm not sure how to do that, but I hope I will be able to. And uh, if I can, I will redesign the drivetrain too. And I'm also planning to have a few different attachments for the back, just like the original designer did with their Praga V3S. Uh, but yeah, now I'm gonna start working on these changes.